Sup, guys? Hanging with Nathan, and this is...
I'm Kate Kennedy, and I'm hanging with Nathan.
We are going to do chicken pesto sandwiches.
And I'm going to drink wine.
Almost everything in one job?
Yeah, dude, and I'm f***ing it up too.
So,
cheers.
Cheers. Oh, you did get some pork in your...
I got one little piece, yes. How about you were my second boy-girl scene ever when we were in Portland.
I was your second boy-girl scene?
You were my second boy-girl scene ever, yes. I had just done my first one. I did my first boy-girl scene in it must have been January 3rd or 4th of last year. Early last year, yeah. And you were my second one. Yes, up in Portland. I saved his ass from the airport one time.
Oh, why don't you tell that story?
So, Nathan used to come up to Portland, Oregon, which is where I used to live. I live in Los Angeles now. And
what'd we do?
we used to, one second, I have to, this is the story of how I saved Nathan from the airport. So, Nathan was up shooting. He was not shooting with me that time, that trip. I was not shooting for them.
Yeah.
I forget who you were shooting with, whatever. So he was up for a couple of days, and I think we hung out. We went and got drinks or something.
Yeah.
And then I think I got a call from you saying that he had missed his flight back to LA, and he's like, but I'm just gonna sleep at the airport. I'm fine. I'm gonna sleep at the airport. And I was like, dude.
I was proceeding to get very face too.
Yes. And I was like, dude, I live 20 minutes from the airport. I'm close. And I had to give a test the next day anyways, which was right near the airport. It was I have to go there anyways. And then his girlfriend calls me, Kira, calls me, and is like, can you please not let him sleep at the airport? And I was like, no, trust me, I'm trying to get his over here. So finally I was like, please just come over. We'll shoot some content. It'll be fun. You won't have to sleep at the airport.
Your dog
and he did.
licked my ass.
My dog licked his yes, because we were going to shoot some content. We had everything set up. And I lived in a very small apartment, and I thought that she would just chill on her bed and be cool with it.
Mm-hmm.
And
this fine.
No. And so I was on my back, on the bed in Mish, so I couldn't see any of this. And Nathan's about to stick his dick in me, and all of a sudden his eyes just get really wide. He's like, your dog just licked. And you can see it on the camera, her sneaking up behind him, just. I've been in the biz for a year and a half. It will be 2 years in August, but I was behind the scenes for the first 6 months that I was in the industry. A little over that really, because I got a job. I got a job in porn because I went to college. I have my degrees in advertising, and I was taking some time off of work because I hated having a regular job. I was really bad at it, and a friend of mine was shooting for a porn company up in Portland, and I went up with her just on vacation and met them. And they were super cool and really nice. And a few months later, they emailed me and were like, hey, we talked about marketing. We need a new marketing person. Would you ever be interested in a job in this industry? And I was like, yeah, I would. So I packed up my car and I moved to Portland from Colorado, which is where I'm from. And I worked for them from August of last year to April of this year. Mm-hmm. And then I moved to LA in June. And I've just been performing full-time since then. Nathan and I used to make fake murder porn together.
It's more like horror movie.
It's a really horror movie porn. It's very exaggerated and it's really fun, and Nathan would pretend to split my throat and then blood everywhere, and it was really fun.
Any ideas change, the glamour of it, and then, oh my god, this,
Yeah, I mean,
But the downside is you didn't have that intro in the industry like some of these.
No, I never thought it was glamorous.
Yeah.
Because I was a production assistant as well as doing marketing. Because most porn companies and anyone that works this industry will tell you have to know how to do everything. So you have to know how to do the marketing, but you also have to know how to hold the camera and how to take the pictures and how to build the equipment. I made bondage porn, so I had to build bondage equipment all the time, which was my favorite part of that job. So I spent most of my first 6 months in porn cleaning up either squirt or vomit. So I never thought it was glamorous. I mean, it's a good job. It's like any other job. I would say that I almost never have a day when I'm going to work that I don't want to go to work. That I'm not excited for it. Which is nice. I would say I'm way less good at talking to normal people now. I run out of things to talk to civilians about because I don't Like, this is my whole job. And come in and be like, my da 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 da. And I just feel like my whole life is like an extended Amy Schumer joke.
Yeah.
About my and it's like hard for me to be, I can do it. Like, if I know I'm in a situation where like I can't talk about it, like I can do it, but it's exhausting.
Yeah.
Like, it almost feels like I'm pretending to be like something I'm not. So, yeah, I like hanging out with other porn people. And we have a good group of friends here too, so I also just don't hang out with people that aren't in porn very often.
True.
Forget that thing. I think you never forget what it's like to be really, really poor.
Oh yeah.
But I look back on before I did porn, I was so poor, and it was horrible. Like, being poor is the worst.
It kind of sucks.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks.
Like, I remember having like days in like January where I was so broke, all I could eat was ramen, and it was like cold and snowy, and I was working 50 hours a week for a paycheck that today, for 2 weeks, I'd get paid over 2 weeks, and my paycheck for 2 weeks of work was less than my paycheck for 1 day of work now.
Right.
I like thinking that there's people out there that just think that, like, because of the eggplant emoji, that like they're just always associated with dick.
Hopefully.
Like, I enjoy that. For like young people that like don't know what an eggplant.
Haters.
Yes.
Much like your parents or your family or
my
whatnot.
parents are actually no longer haters. We have had some good conversations. We try to talk once a week on Sundays for about 20 minutes. The one thing we all agree on is that I'm a fucking weirdo. But I had somebody send my dad links to my porn Twitter. I had been about to tell them I'd been living in LA for a couple of months. Because before, when I was behind the scenes, it was kind of like, I mean, like, I should probably tell my parents what I do, but like, I'm not in it. So I'm dealing with this awful situation with my parents where I'm now trying to explain this to them and everything. And I posted about it on Twitter, and I was like, hey, like, a hearty fuck you to whoever did that. That tweet blew up. I think I had like 600 or 700 like likes and comments on it. And I had actual Nazis coming after me, telling me that I was like the worst person ever, and that they would be so ashamed for me to be their kid. And I wanted to reply to one of them where it was like this woman her profile picture on Twitter, her ad picture was a swastika. And her bio said she was a men's rights activist. And she commented, she's like, this chick takes the cake. I would be so ashamed of my daughter if I did this. And I almost wanted to comment back and be like, really? Because I think given the choice between my kid being a Nazi and my kid being a porn star, I'd rather my kid be a porn star. Not me, dude. I have no melanin. I'm like useless in a post-apocalyptic society. If I don't have actual access to sunscreen at all times, I would die. I think about this. I also wear sunscreen every day. What was the first thing you spent what you bought when you had like expensive?
It was probably like fancier food. I still haven't really bought food.
Yeah, you're a foodie. Mine was a toothbrush. I bought a really nice toothbrush.
Maybe this camera.
There you go. Most of what if you look at like my discretionary spending, like most of it goes probably to like wardrobe and makeup. I told Liv that she has to take me to Sephora, and I'm just going to give her an amount of money, and she's just going to buy me all of my makeup, because I'm not a very girly girl. I can do my makeup for porn, but like this is about as good as it gets. And I don't even know like what products to buy or like and I don't care. Like, I'm not interested in it. I wouldn't do it if it wasn't for work. So I asked her, I was like, if I give you like $500, will you go to Sephora and just buy me this? And she was like, I think she was like elated. It was probably better than any other Christmas present I could have got her. I love sun-dried paint. It smells so good. I wish you were here. It smells so good. I do prefer shooting porn in a well-ventilated area.
Oh yeah.
I will say that. But like, ventilation is really important.
Next question.
Cheers.
Cheers. Or
Trump's actually the only president to have ever been in a porno. He's been in 2. I'm a dirty commie, so I am not a Trump supporter by any means. From the election party, because we went, it was like Hillary Clinton was going to win, so we were all really excited. And then it just went so progressively downhill. And it was like, I just started drinking. And I was with this other girl, and we were both just drinking and crying, and we're just drinking with, like, from the bottle, like, pounding it. And we had brought this big bowl of like pretzels and dip, like it was like a big plastic bowl. And I just remember sitting in my boyfriend's truck driving home, like vomiting on top of these pretzels, and him like petting my hair and being like, it's gonna be okay. It's just one of those moments where in life where you realize that everything is totally futile. Like life is life is a meaningless joke, and nothing works the way it's supposed to, and the world is just chaos. It's chaos. If this all ended tomorrow, that would not be great for me right now because I did have to dip into my savings a little bit to move. So I really hope it doesn't end tomorrow. It could end in February. That would be okay. I would like to move back to Oregon and get a little farmhouse for me and my dog and fix it up because I'm also a woodworker. You know that.
Yeah.
And I would really like to open my own house restoration and furniture business. That's my end goal with porn. I would like to make enough money to kind of bankroll that. I'm planning in the next couple of years to start buying some apartment buildings and rental units, and I would really like to be a landlord. I've had enough bad landlords, but I think I was a really good one. It's not forever.
It's not.
And so you really have to diversify your income streams. I mean, that's the thing with content too, even like with this, where your content and the income you get from your content will far outlive your professional career. You continue to get new fans even when you're not performing anymore, because the internet is forever. Like to be able to have a lifestyle like I have now, where I can make money in a way that I choose and really control my time. That was the bigger draw for me in porn than anything. But yeah, just being able to, you know, to take time off, take a vacation when you need to.
Yeah, and not having to burn the candle at both ends.
Right, and not having like some boss that's like on your back being like, you need to go do this, you need to go do that. Like, that was the biggest thing with like corporate America that I found. Because I finished college and I had a job for almost a year. Like I worked professionally before I got into porn. And I just couldn't do it. I was like, I am not the kind of person that can wake up at 7 a.m. every single day knowing that every single day is going to be the same for the next 40 years. I'm going to wake up at 7 a.m. and go to an office with people I don't like very much for not enough money. And, you know, if there's an emergency or anything happens, I remember trying to like schedule doctor's appointments, like vet appointments. And like, I couldn't, and I was like, this is shit. Like now I texted my agent yesterday because I have a doctor's appointment in January, and I was like, hey, put me off for January, whatever, because I'm busy.
Yeah.
And he's just like, okay. And I really only wear pants when I choose to wear pants. That was another important thing to me. Okay, so the way that is best to explain this is that because of the way porn define porn now on the internet, attractive is not a searchable term on Pornhub. You can search for teen, you can search for MILF, you can search for lesbian, etc., you understand. But nobody's really searching for porn of attractive mid-20s girls. That's not a thing. So it's very much segmented into either you're a teeny bopper, which basically means you look young and you don't have fake tits, or you're a MILF, which means you're 25 and you have fake tits. Teen porn is also, teen porn is kind of what they talk about in Hot Girls Wanted, which I know gets a lot of flack from the industry. I do think it's very, very accurate to the amateur porn industry in Miami, which they make clear at the beginning of the movie that, it has a lot of other problems with it. Yeah. But they're talking about amateur porn in Miami, which is very, very different than porn in Los Angeles and the San Fernando Valley. You're a teen, you're teen until you're a MILF, and then you're a MILF. I'm 24, I look very young, so I've done a lot of teen stuff. I continue to, but I've actually been casted lately. I've been doing a lot more like trophy wife, hot wife stuff.
Nice.
Which is kind of fun because it's a little more like to speed of like where I'm actually at in my life. Yeah. Because I'm not 18, and I can pretend to be 18, but it's not that much fun for me. Yeah. So I've been doing more of that, and yeah, I do plan on transitioning though. I would really like to theoretically have a career in porn for at the very least the rest of my 20s. Yeah. The rest of my 20s would be great, and then, you know, depending on where I'm at. But I know people that have said that, they were like, I'm going to retire when I'm 30 or whatever, and then made a killing in MILF, and are still, you know, working at 45. I have a friend that's 60, and she looks amazing. I think my biggest thing is that, like, my biggest, I guess, fear out of, like, transitioning out of the industry someday is that we're going to be lonely. Because I love fellow sex workers, and I feel like if I can't see you all on a day-to-day basis, that would be really sad for me.
This is a lonely job.
It can be a very lonely job. It's a very strange thing because, you know, you go to work and your job is to create chemistry with this person that you've just met. Yeah. You know, if you're really lucky, you get 10 minutes with the person before you go into shooting just to talk about.
Or better yet, 10 minutes the person will actually talk to you.
Yes, oh yeah,
And it's a good conversation.
If they'll talk to you.
Jesus.
I don't really run into that because I do with girls. Occasionally with girls. I mean, there's a lot of pressure on women in this industry, and I can empathize with it because I can understand, being an 18-year-old girl and being on a set like this, and I think the nerves can come out as bitchy very easily.
Yeah, no.
Whenever a girl acts like that to me, I never take it personally because I always just feel like I know how intimidating this can be. And I always try to find some, it doesn't always work, sometimes you people that just have a bad
some
attitude.
girls are just
People just have a bad attitude. Whoever I'm working with, to find some kind of common ground.
Yeah.
To talk to them and be like, hey, I'm a person, you're a person, we're about to touch genitals, what do we have in common? What are we, let's build because you have to be able to create chemistry on the fly. I'm not necessarily attracted to attractive people. I like beautiful people. I get to have sex with a lot of beautiful people.
Yeah.
But people's bodies do very little for me. I'm really into personalities, and certain people just have it, and I'm into it. Give me a 5 with a 10 personality over a 10 with no personality any day. But generally speaking, there's fewer of you than there are of us.
Yeah.
That's the other thing is I talk about this to people a lot, which I think is really interesting, is that we have a very different relationship with you guys than you have with us.
Yes.
Because when I see you, when I see a guy on set, there's only how many guys would you say that work consistently in this industry? 30?
Yeah.
I've worked with the same people multiple times and continue to.
It's like she's a pro or something.
I make really great cookies. I actually make wonderful. I made 60 of my red velvet cheesecake cookies last week for my makeup artist had a Christmas party. She's like, I was gonna wait till you got married, but I thought that might never happen. I was like, that was accurate. I love being able to cook something where I just know how to make it. And I don't need to ask anybody's help. And I just know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Because usually those are old family recipes. And as much as my family and I no longer see eye to eye on everything, and as much as, I did not have the happiest childhood, I'm sure that's not surprising for anybody. But there were some high points, and a lot of those surrounded food. And as I think a lot of people's are. This is my Apple Watch is for sale with a dick pic video.
Good for you.
Why would you send anybody? I have an Apple Watch. I don't even use it.
I so do.
Because I very much struggle with that where I have this constant mentality of there's always going to be a girl that's younger than me, prettier than me, blonder than me, better than me. That's reality of this industry. It's very competitive. So I always have that kind of hunted, that prey mentality. But in the last, I would say in the last month, I finally kind of come to a realization after a lot of advice from other people that told me to calm down.
Yeah.
That, once you're on certain directors' lists, they will continue to book you. I work for New Sensations once a month.
Nice.
At least once or twice a month they shoot me. And it's been consistent for the last 4 or 5 months. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
As long as I continue to not up, it's not going anywhere.
I think for a girl, it's a little bit faster of a time period.
Yes.
For a girl, you can get into this business in about 6 months. You're like, I'm still
The
here.
first 6 months is make or break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a guy, the first 2 years, they were like, oh, you're still a new kid.
Yeah.
Why the do these people bother hitting me up 6 hours later?
He gets hit up by bitches and complains about it. Y'all can take that to the bank. It's something I want to rest on my laurels with. Absolutely. I'm in no position to rest on it.
No.
But there is this a sense of security because I think this job can be because you do see so many people. I mean, the average for a girl, the average career is 3 to 6 months, really, realistically.
Yeah.
On average, because we do get so many people in and out. So to me, when I first started feeling and then again, this is within the last month, of you know what, I am good at my job. I show up to set, I'm professional, I've never had a scene cut, I've never received that kind of criticism from a director of, not having a good attitude or not wanting, the level of criticism I've ever received was arch your back a little bit more. I've really never, most
honestly,
people like
Jesus
me,
God.
generally speaking, people have positive things to say about me, and that's a really good feeling. Just because it lets a little bit of stress. I'm very hard on myself, you know that, you know me. I'm always very critical of myself because I think it makes me better.
Yeah.
But to have that, okay, you know what? I can be hard on myself. I can continue to push myself in good directions. but I do deserve to be here. I do think that the men that I work with, generally speaking, have to work much harder than I do.
Yeah.
In terms of just physically, like the body position. I shot a scene with small hands the other day.
Mm-hmm.
He pulled me up into pile driver against this window, and it was raining outside, so it's cold. And the steam builds up around our bodies where you can see the silhouette of our bodies in pile driver against window. It was amazing. And it was this great scene, and he's fucking me in pile driver, and then he turns me around and he flips me over, and I do a backflip onto the bed, and we go straight into missionary.
Yeah.
I was like, the level of professionalism and athleticism that it took for him to do that, because I did nothing.
And honestly,
I fell on the bed.
let's be real. A little luck. A little luck.
Little luck. There was a little luck involved in that. It was a little luck. It worked well. I was like goals.
Yeah.
I was terrified.
How can you not?
They smell good and they're pretty. I am much pickier with women than I am with men. I have a very specific type of woman that I like to date. I always dated strippers, even before I was in porn. I always dated strippers. I love strippers. I was a stripper. I love strippers. Strippers are like the best, most. Like I danced with women that were like woodland firefighters, and then were like getting their PhD in like neuropsychology. Like I danced with some. Okay, my type for girls, I like tall, pale, dark hair, lots of tattoos, lots of piercings, a little crazy.
Yeah.
That's my type. That is my type with women. I love hanging out with Nathan. He feeds me. Anyone that feeds me or gets me drunk is good. I mean, I did buy the wine, but you know.
Yeah, well. What we have today is this lovely fried eggplant, which is, from what I've eaten,
it's amazing.
It's buttery eggplant with balsamic, capers.
It is an excellent delivery mechanism for butter, capers, and
we're gonna watch her try this.
Yes.
Try it all. I haven't even. I just saw this day and I wanted to try it.
Oh my god.
Is it good?
It's so good. Let's try it.
I'm not even a huge fan of capers, but
Really?
yeah, no.
I love capers.
Ooh.
I'm salty.
Oh yeah.
No, it's amazing.
There
you go.
Mm.
No, it's delicious.
What is that? Oh, the balsamic.
The balsamic's a little sticky.
Sorry, I reduced the balsamic for so long. It's kind of gelatin, but it brought out the sweetness of the balsamic.
Oh yeah.
So it's gonna be stuck in your teeth, but it's like
the candy.
It's like those fluffy Cheetos.
Yes.
All right, now try a sandwich.
Yeah, you keep licking it and it keeps tasting better.
That actually might bring some of the sandwich.
Oh, this is bomb.
Oh.
I also love arugula.
Oh. Guys, pesto chicken. Just. Yeah, I'm gonna play this.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing.
Because maybe I shouldn't even just waste it as Oh yeah. Oh, that's good.
No, it goes good together.
That's fun for the whole family, really. Ellen, what you're about?
My name is Kate Kennedy. You can find me on Twitter at Kate Kennedy XXX. You can find me on Instagram at KateXKennedyX because they don't let you have a triple X on your handle on Instagram anymore.
No.
I kicked off Instagram like 8 months ago and I had to like restart it. Yeah, they don't let you have triple X. All of my links are on my Twitter. I consistently post new porn. Coming up in the new year, I'm about to start doing anal, which is very exciting.
I like that. She's starting. She's starting, guys.
I love anal. I've been doing anal since I was 15, but like I have not shot it on camera yet. And I will be doing that in the new year, so you should keep an eye out for that.
Check it out.
And I will be at AVN 2019 at the Hard Rock in Las Vegas.
Jesus,
Signing my ass off all day long. Yeah, I have a bunch of fun stuff coming up in 2019. You should be in some of it, definitely, if you want to shoot content.
Oh, no, we're going to be in stuff.
Yeah.
We're going to be in stuff.
At my house, your house, whatever. We both have nice places to live now.
Now,
we both live and we're getting real bad and bougie. We have nice places to live now. Yeah.
But guys, thank you for showing up for another episode of Hanging with Nathan. I'm glad you came. We're glad you came. And I'm gonna keep eating this food, so off.
Cool. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Bye!